Alright, so we have our dashboard layout all set, but there are still some considerations that we need to take into account before we call it a day. And the most important is to use color deliberately and strategically. You see, up until this point, I've just been sticking with the default colors on all of our charts. Now you may have been giving it your own touches, which is perfectly fine, but I still want us to take the time and think about how we can use color here to make our dashboard easier to understand. So if we start by reading the title here, right off the bat it looks like we're showing two separate things: wage and employment figures. So what we can do is use one color to indicate wages and another to indicate employment. And we can actually start by highlighting them right here. So I'm going to start by bringing back my ribbon here. Let's always show the ribbon. And I'm going to select the word wage, which I can just double click on. And let's make this a blue. And now all we need to do is make sure that anything that represents wages is blue as well. So it looks like the bars are correct, but the wage trend right here is orange, so we need to change that. Let's select the series, right click, format the data series, and in the fill options, change the line to a blue and the marker to a blue as well. And for our map, it looks like we're showing average wages right now, but it's displaying it in orange, so let's go and format this data series as well. And in the series color, the minimum is orange right now, which is showing average wages. So let's change that to a blue, which is going to force us to change this, which represents employment, to an orange. And let's just check if that's working. Alright. So now let's highlight our employment, make that orange, and once again make sure everything is matching. So our columns, we need to change from gray to an orange fill. And if we look at our donut, this is a little trickier because both slices are representing employees, but making them both orange doesn't make a lot of sense. So what we can do is make the selected industry orange. Select that, click on it twice, right click, format this data point, and make it orange. And the slice representing others, we can make a muted gray, just to give an additional indication that this is where we need to focus. So let's close out of this. And what this is actually going to let us do now is get rid of this legend, because we've already shown that we're looking at manufacturing right now, and the focus on this slice already indicates that that slice represents the selected industry. So let's get rid of our legend, and we can get rid of the data label for the other series as well. We'll click on it. It selected all of my labels. Click on it once more, delete that, and now we're really focusing on the share of the market for the selected industry, which we can change, and it will change accordingly. Now we can take it one step further and replace the data label here with a much larger text box next to the donut that displays this percentage. But to do that, we actually need to calculate the percentage first. So let's go back to our data prep tab, and this is the data that's being displayed on our donut right now. So we can calculate the percentage right here. Let's give it a little bit of formatting. And this is going to be equal to the number of employees for the selected industry divided by the sum of all the employees. Press enter. Format this as a percentage. And check this out. What we can do now is go back to our dashboard, insert a text box, bring it down here, and make this equal to, and make sure to write this with the text box selected in the formula bar equal to this cell right here. Press enter, we get 11%. And if we change this, the percentage changes as well. So let's make this centered, make it orange since we are talking about employees. Make it bold and make it much bigger. Let's give it some space in case we get 2 digits. Let's see. Get rid of our border. We can get rid of this label now as well. And maybe just move this a bit to the left. Move this a bit to the left as well. And if we go back to our full screen view, now we can see that color has a clear purpose and it's actively helping us understand the dashboard more, which is all we want.